Alright, YouTube, well, it's been about maybe 4 months since I had a good match with Brig, and that was on our dual narration, which I'll probably plug in right here. Back then, he was with our league, you know, and don't get me wrong, he still is. He just kind of went and explored his branches more, and he turned into, you know, like less of a battler and more of a fucking coordinated force of nature. And now it's really, really hard for me to keep up with him in terms of the skill gap we have going. But after, you know, a couple battles, I kind of figured, you know, oh shit, it was because I was rusty. And so now after shit, what, maybe like what, 2-3 weeks of me finally getting back into battling, I want to say that shit, I'm back, you know. And what a better way to do it than to have my 100 subscriber battle as thanks to him. Alright, so he decides to lead off with his cloister, his badge doctor, and I decide to lead off with Yolito just because rocks on the first turn. Rocks really fucks this guy up, so I decided, you know, I'll lead with him, see what happens. And I kind of hit a snag here because I can't really do anything to it. So I go into Mantis hoping I can, you know, Focus Blast or Energy Ball, whatever decides to be the case. And he surfs on the switch, unfortunately, and he Ice Shards and takes out Mantis before I can even begin to scratch his badge duck. Anyways, I come into Kenshin, because hopefully close combat's gonna scare it off. So I get my Swords Dance up, and I use Return to attack his Leafeon, and I hope it'll take it out, but it doesn't. It leaves it with, like, less than half. And I'm thinking, you know, I don't want to stay in for the yawn, because if I do, I don't know, he might switch out or something, and he tries to protect, so I would have been boned if I stayed in. So I go to Okami, and I try to Flare Blitz, and he protects finally, and he sees the Flare Blitz coming, so he switches into Darkon 9. I go with Extreme Speed, just because I don't know what it's going to try to do. It tries to Nasty Plot, so I got some free damage in there. Switches out, goes back to Vag Doctor, and I use the Extreme Speed thinking he was going to stay in. Right here, I kind of had a little conundrum between whether Hidden Power or Overheat was going to do more damage. I decided to go with Overheat, just because it was neutral and it had a solid thing there. Went with Extreme Speed when he went to Bonjour Fag, did about, I want to say, a little bit less than half. So the Superpower comes in, takes me out. And I know this thing's scarfed from all of his videos, so I decided to try to fake out. He forgot about Scrappy when we were talking on Skype, so that did probably about between a third and a fourth. Switches out again, goes to his Leafeon, and I try to double edge, and it almost takes it out. Almost, it's really close. So I switch out, decide I don't want to stay in for this thing, and he wishes. So I'm thinking, you know, he's not going to do anything, so I'm going to try to Agility and see what I can do with Yolito. Now, he switched out to Darkon, and he gets the Wish off. But Yolito's Hidden Power is Ground, 70. So it's going to do a little bit of damage here. And I was thinking, you know, I'm not going to survive this Fire Blast. And he's like, yeah, you will. He's a beast. And I survived with 22, which is sweet. So he goes back out to this thing, and I use Hidden Power. Doesn't kill it off, just because it's ground again. And, what happens here? So I Ice Beam it and kill it. Shit, what happens here? Right, he goes back into Miss Piss. And I figure, you know, I'm gonna try to recover some health back if he tries to, Thunderbolt or whatever. And he Shadow Balls, you know, Articuno, good special defense, HP, yada yada yada. Then he decides he's going to try to go back into Darkon 9 while I Roost, and he doesn't know how much damage Hidden Power is going to do, but it takes him out with a crit. I'm not sure if damage would have mattered or not on that one, but he goes into this thing, and he's like, I'm going to explode as long as I don't get frozen. Oops! I fucking froze him. Like, we were talking on Skype, and he got real pissed, and we just had a good laugh. So Ice Beam takes out his Claydol, 2 hits. I'm faster than Bonjour Fag, so I decide to use Hidden Power, and that takes it out solidly. And so I think all he's got left at this point is Miss Piss, I believe. So he's gonna try to calm mind and try to boost himself up to a point where Ice Beam's gonna resist, and he's gonna be able to get a sub off. So he starts calm minding up again and again and again, and so I go for the Ice Beam, and he says he couldn't sub by 3 health. Like if I'd have done 4 less, he could have gotten off a sub, and he could have gotten off some decent damage. But it looks at this point that Shadow Ball is going to KO me regardless, and Ice Beam will not KO him. So he Shadow Balls, takes out Yelito, and Lady Gaga actually kind of saves the day here because I don't have anything fast enough to outspeed it and take a Shadow Ball or a Thunderbolt. So Fake Out comes in and takes out Miss Piss and leaves me with a pretty solid win there. So not really sure what else to say here. Brig, congrats once again on acquiring your new fame by clearing the Killer Nachos tourney with that fucking Alakazam. I don't know, like I've always considered Brig to be like a really good buddy of mine and a really close rival, and he got a video recording of the OU match we did before this, and he won with roughly the same score. So I want to say, I don't know, we're kind of close, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, there's the 100 subscriber match, and I'm sure to have more videos just like this. So once again, you guys, rate, comment, subscribe, stay tuned.